you want to get started on TikTok, or TikTok is already part of your marketing strategy, well, keep watching, because in this video I will show you how you can build an easy TikTok managing process that will allow you to find the right hashtags, the right people to follow, and the right content to do inspiration from for your business. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do to monitor our TikTok competitors is to do some hashtag research. So let's go to TikTok. So let's say our niche today is running, so we're trying to find relevant influencer to follow in the running niche. So first we need to find out what hashtag they use, and what we can do to do this is just look for running videos and then take a look at what hashtag are used. So for example here we got running motivation, so this is a little bit too generic, so we're going to try to find something more specific. So let's see, let's try this one instead. So let's see. Okay, so this is better. This is way more specific, so we can go ahead and use some of this. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so there we go. We have a few relevant hashtags. So I just used the flatten function just to have them well ordered in the list. And I'm just going to remove some hashtags that are not related to running, such as what I eat, this. Okay, so now I have a list of hashtags I can use to do my competitive analysis. So I'm just going to put this there. Perfect. So here I have my hashtags, and the next steps is to use a Ticlock API to retrieve some additional info about those hashtags. So the API we're going to use today is this one. So it's free up to 50 requests, and then it's $30 a month for unlimited requests. So if you are a heavy TikTok user, or if TikTok is a big part of your marketing strategy, I think it's highly worth it. But for our purposes today, the basic plan will be enough. So what we are going to do first is that we need to retrieve the ID of the hashtag, because this is how this API works. To get the hashtag video, we need to have the challenge ID, so the hashtag ID. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we have the documentation that is showing us how it works. So what we need to do is an HTTP request using Integromat. So here we have the structure of the request. So let's open Integromat and create the scenario there. Perfect. So what we are going to do is first get the values in the spreadsheet. So let's go ahead and do this. So for the range, so let's get back to the spreadsheet. What we are going to do is that we're only going to use those two hashtags, just as an example for the video. But of course, if you would like to get all the hashtags, you'd have to set the A2 to A8 range. We're only going to get A2 to A3 range, just to get the two first hashtags. For each hashtag, we are going to retrieve the ID. So let's go ahead and use the HTTP module. We're going to make a request. So the request is pretty simple. What we're going to do is that we are going to do this get request. All we have to do is use the parameters that are specified here to build the request. So first, let's build the URL. So it's going to be this. And then we are going to need to, of course, add the HTTPS part. Let's just do that. Then we're doing the get challenge. And then the hashtag is going to be in column 1, so it's going to be cell 1. And all we have to do is add the header. So in our case, it's going to be the API key and the API host. So let's do that. And finally, we're going to pass the response, and that's it. And now we can go ahead and add the information in the Google Sheet. So let's go ahead and do this. What we're going to do is update the row in the same spreadsheet. So let's add the row number, then well, the hashtag, we already have it. And let's just add the ID of the hashtag, which is here. And then we can also add the number of views of the hashtag and numbers of video. So let's get the view count and the video count. Number of video. Okay. So let's go ahead and run this again. As you can see here, so we have the ID of the hashtag, we have the number of views and the number of videos. Great. So now we are going to be able to use this information to retrieve the videos of the hashtag. So let's do this. So now with this scenario, what we're going to do is that we're going to get information from those hashtags, and then we're going to add the videos over there. So let's do that. Again, we are going to use the Google Sheet get range values to be able to find the information. So let's go ahead, get range values. So we are still using the same spreadsheet. And we're still using the hashtag sheet. So the range we're going to use, it's going to be A2, AB, that's all we need. So A2, B3. Let's go ahead. Then we are going to use this information to run a request, a HTTP request. So the process is the same as what we did to get the information about the hashtags. The only difference is that instead of using the challenge get request, what we're going to do is use the challenge video get request. So what we need for this request, we need challenge ID. So let's go ahead and build the request. So since I've already done it with the challenge request, I'm going to speed through that. Okay, so let's see. So as you can see, for each hashtag, we have the 31st videos that are featured in the hashtag page. So we have the data, and we have a list of 30 videos with the ID, the description, and so on and so forth. So now let's add this information to our spreadsheet over there. So first we're going to use an iterator because since we have an array with several collections, if we want to get each video individually, we're going to need an iterator. So let's just add this, okay? And then the array is going to be the item list. Perfect. And then once again, we're going to use the Google Sheet module. This time we're going to use the add a row. And we are going to use the second spreadsheet. So the hashtag videos, and then so we're going to add the information over there. So it's up to you to choose which information you're interested in it getting. For me though, yeah, the only thing you will need to use is the security and the ID because it's going to come in handy later when we're going to set up the spreadsheet to watch each creator's video. So aside from the security and ID, you're free to choose whatever you want. So I'm just going to add all the information. So as you can see now, we have a list of 60 videos. So for the two hashtags we used, and so we have a list of creators and their videos. So here, since we are retrieving videos, some creators appear several times. So, for example, here, as you can see, we have these creators who has a few videos in each hashtag. So what we need to do now is just to retrieve the individual creators, and then we're going to use this information to build the monitoring scenario. So what I did to make this easier is that I created another sheet where using some query formulas we are getting each creator individually with the number of video, so the number of times they appear in the videos, the profile link, and the secure ID and the user ID we need for the API request. And so the idea is that every time they post a video, the video is going to be added there. Just saving this. So this is the, how can I call this, the hashtag videos, okay. And so let's create a new scenario that we are going to call influencer video monitoring. So the first step, as always, I'm sure you know it by now, is to get the range values with Google Sheets. So let's do that. What you're looking for, we're looking for the range values. So it's still going to be the same spreadsheet we've been using, so TikTok monitoring. And so we're going to use the influencer sheet. And then, since it's only a test, we are going to do this for one influencer. So for us, the range is going to be A2 to, A2, E2, but depending on how many influencers you want to monitor, you can just change the range according to what you need. So let's go ahead and do this. A2, E2, so we're going to do it for one influencer. Okay, then we're going to make our request. So this time what we're going to use is the user video request. So we need the user ID and the secuid. So let's go ahead and build this request. Okay, so now let's run this and see what we get. Okay, so just like with the challenge video request, we're getting a list of videos. So we're getting the first here 26 videos of the account. So you can get the next ones by using the cursor, and you know that there's more because you have the as more is true. But for us, we only need to get the new videos, because what we're going to do is that we are going to add the new videos that match our criteria in our spreadsheet. So to do this, again, we're going to use an iterator. So the array is going to be the item list, and then again the Google Sheet add a row module. The sheet we're going to use is this one, and like we did previously, we are going to add the information there. So the last step is to set up a filter, because since this scenario is going to run daily, well, the goal is to only get the new videos, and also to get the videos that have more than 100,000 views. So let's go ahead and set up this filter. So first, let's set up the views one. So it's going to be play count greater than 100,000. Where is it? I can't find it. Yes, there it is. So now, because we only want to get the videos that were published in the last day, we're going to have to use two date filters. So to use the date filter, first we have to format the date, because right now the date of the video is returned in unique pattern, and we only want to get, and we have to make it readable by Integromat. So let's do this. We can do this using those two formulas. So first we're passing the date, and then we're formatting it in the month, day, year format. And so then we're going to use the earlier than or equal to operator, and use the add days formula to remove one day to the current date and time. And then we're going to do the same thing, but this time with the later than or equal to operator. And this time we're going to remove 2 days, so that we're only getting the last day. Okay. So now let's run the scenario and see what we get. So as you can see here, we're only returning one video because it's the only one that matches all of our criteria. And if we take a look at the video, okay, so it has more than 100,000 views, and it was published 13 hours ago, so it matches with our criteria. So there we go, we are done with. So now the last step is to well, schedule a scenario and activate it. So let's do it, and we are going to schedule it to run every day. So let's run it every day at midnight. And now every day you get the videos of the influencers or competitors you want to follow added in this spreadsheet without having to do any manual work. Well, that's it for the video. I hope that it was helpful. As always, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and tell me what you want to see next. Bye.